Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, I wanted to take a minute and demonstrate a feature that came in handy for me just now. I needed to upgrade my lab ICX 7150 switch, and it calls for a TFTP server. And I'm not sure that everybody knows, so I wanted to make this video and kind of demonstrate how the rXg can actually be used in this scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Services and go to Servers. And in this particular section of the configuration, I can actually enable a TFTP server. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Create New. And we'll leave the name as the default. Now the thing that I do need to configure here is it wants to know who is going to be making request of the TFTP server. And in this case, I have a policy specific to my Ruckus ICX switches. So I'm going to go ahead and check that, as they will be making the request of the TFTP server. And if I wanted to allow the ICX to write to the server, it could. However, in this case, it does not need to. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Create. So the next thing I need to do is to get the actual file that I'm going to be serving up to the ICX switches on the TFTP server. And the way I can do that is actually using some sort of FTP method to copy the file into the space and TFTP boot directory of the rXg. So in this case, we are going to copy this file over to this directory. It's at about 20% now. And then once that is there, then no matter how many switches I have, I can point those switches to this particular server and have it download that file. So for example, I'm going to SSH into one of my switches. So let's do SSH, and then we're going to do super, and I'm SSHing from the rXg. So I could actually do this fully remotely without being on site or anything. So SSH super at 192.168.5.13. Okay, let's get logged in here, and then we'll do enable. Okay, so now I'm into the switch. I've elevated my level of access, and I've got the in secure CRT here, I've got the steps kind of listed out here because I tend to forget those. So the first one is to copy from the TFTP server the file. So if I open this up, we'll take a look, and it's basically copy TFTP flash the IP address. This is my rXg's IP address. And then the file that I want to copy, and then where am I copying it to, which is the primary flash. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK here, and go ahead and click that, and that puts the command in for me. Hit enter, and then it starts downloading. So now, the ICX that's behind the rXg is now pulling the upgrade file from the rXg itself. So we'll go ahead and let that continue to run until it's complete, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so the image download is now complete, so we'll continue through the rest of the documented process by Ruckus, which indicates the next thing that we should do is check the primary flash and make sure that it has the new code. I've already pre-programmed that command in, which is just simply show flash. Press enter, and let's double check. Yep, 9.01 0D to T211. That's the correct version. So then the next thing we want to do is write memory. So that command is complete, so we'll reboot to the new code. And this is done by boot system flash primary. Then press enter. And it says, am I sure? Yes. All right, guys, now that the switch is back up, we've got one more command to run. And it is this one here. So if successful, update secondary flash. So what we're going to do real quick is just do a show version. And we are on here we are, 0901 or 90 10DT211. Okay, so everything looks good with that. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the final command, which is to copy the flash to the secondary. So we're just going to mirror the current flash to the secondary flash. And press enter there. All right, and with that, our upgrade of the ICX switch is complete. And just again wanted to demonstrate if you have the rXg deployed, there is a built-in TFTP server that can be used to host the software upgrade or the firmware files for Ruckus ICX switches. And all you have to do is point your ICX switch at the rXg to pull those files down. All right, guys, well, thank you for your time and have a great day.